All right, welcome back to the Mr. Global channel, the U.S. government shutdown explained. How about we start with that today? Before I get started, real quick, thank you guys so much. I hit 100,000 followers yesterday, something I've been working towards for a while. Tough to do on this app. Yeah, pretty easy on the other ones. Tough on this one. Anyway, it's midnight when I'm recording this, so the government has officially shut down. One of the most frustrating things for me about this whole process, or leading up to this, is seeing all of the lies and none of them being dispelled. So every day my feeds are flooded with people talking about Democrats are shutting down the government to give illegal aliens health care, and I didn't see anyone arguing against that, even though it's a complete lie. These people cannot get the marketplace subsidies that have been eliminated by the big, beautiful bill. They're not eligible for them. They can't get them. This is going to impact Americans. And a lot of them are going to lose their health insurance, and the ones that don't are going to be paying up to 75% more for their health. Here in a few months, when the new year starts, Americans are going to be screaming even louder about their health insurance. Are Democrats even going to say, I told you so? Or are they just going to act like, They didn't seem to fight very hard as far as the messaging goes. I didn't hear hardly anyone trying to correct that lie. I don't know what is wrong with the Democrats. They are completely just, they're out of it. So the government shutdown is upon us. And what does it really mean? It's been a long time since we've been through this. So the shutdown, of course, happens when Congress fails to approve a budget or a temporary funding bill, which is all we run on these days is temporary funding bills. We couldn't possibly pass a budget. Not with our government. And, so without money being authorized to be spent, federal agencies can't operate. There's no money, right? The hundreds of thousands of federal workers are either going to be furloughed or fired under this Trump administration. He says he's going to fire most of them. Usually they get furloughed. We'll see what happens there. And a lot of them will be forced to work without pay. So who feels the impact first? Of course, federal workers, everybody. Doesn't matter who it is. Park ranger, someone that works for the IRS, just you name it, any federal government employee. Public services, for sure. Things like, getting a passport processed, or if you're in the middle of trying to get a small business loan, or, national parks will close, or slow down or stop, court cases, especially in civil courts, likely to be delayed. Veterans programs, food assistance benefits. Yeah. Now, essential programs like Social Security and Medicare usually keep running, but the longer the shutdown lasts, the more disruptions we have. And every day the government is shut down, the economy takes a huge hit. I remember the last government shutdown. It was over the budget. Republicans over the budget. And it was like, it ended up costing us more money than they saved in the budget. I remember that. Yeah. So the economic ripple effects, you have all these federal workers, they're cutting back on spending, obviously. Contractors who depend on the government for work, they lose income. Businesses near federal hubs, restaurants, shops, transports, companies, in past shutdowns, billions of dollars are drained from the economy, as I said before, and most of it's never recovered, right? So why does this keep happening? Politics. Politics. Budget fights. Democrats and Republicans working together. You know, one side pushes their version of a stopgap funding bill, and the other side pushes theirs, and neither side wants to be seen as caving. So here we go again. And shutdowns, you know, are now seen as a political weapon, a way to extract concessions. And the thing is, it's the American people who pay for it. And this time, a shutdown could mean delays in disaster aid at a time when extreme weather is hitting communities. Hurricanes could be coming. As I said, cuts to food assistance, military workers, military families, and military workers and federal workers. It's probably going to affect the stock market. Gold prices are hitting record highs. That's not normally good. So the bottom line is, a government shutdown, it doesn't just affect Washington, D.C. It affects all of us. It affects workers, it affects families and businesses and the entire economy. And the economy is already kind of shaky. And so while, politicians fight, and millions of Americans are just left holding the bag. That's how this goes. That's how this always goes. But I think it's most important to understand that it's frustrating enough that the government, that we can't even keep a functioning government. But the fact that they just lie so easily about why it's shutting down. And there always has to be a boogeyman. Oh, it's illegal immigrants. This doesn't have anything at all to do with illegal immigrants. They want to take your healthcare subsidies away. This is all a part of their bigger plan to destroy Obamacare and replace it with nothing. Replace it with nothing. I'm telling you right now, if my health insurance goes up as much as I think it's going to, I haven't gotten a letter yet. If it does, I'm just going to go without. I already pay $2,000 a month for health insurance. If it goes up to $3,000, honestly, I'm surprised I'm still paying the $2,000. I could just put the $2,000 in a bank and wait for something to happen and just pay cash. You know what I mean? This country's in such a mess. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I really appreciate, as I said, 100,000 followers here on YouTube. What do y'all think of the curtain? I'm not sure if I like it. You guys try to have a great Wednesday. I will see you guys soon. Thanks.